Now are we live? We're live now? All right. And now for your listening pleasure, straight out of Milwaukee, the least talked about podcast in Wisconsin, Hip or Critical, your outlet to let us praise or vent on all things that in the end really don't matter. How you doing, Alexa?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Dave Moki?
Fantastic. Shock the Moki. Can we
Shock
shock
the
the Moki
Moki.
today?
Yes, we did. We shocked the Moki. So I know you did some cool things this week. I did some cool things this week. We have some things we want to talk about. So let's get right into the hip happenings. I know you you had a wedding.
Yeah, I haven't been to one, and not my kid, which is again, if when it happens, that's fine, and we're gonna love all the moment of all the wedding bliss and everything for as long as it lasts for whoever it is. But yes, we went to a wedding, and it was just one of those things where it was on the hottest day we've had here in Wisconsin, and we were driving up to the chapel. It's one of those things that has 3 wedding chapels, and and people and everything was going to be there, the wedding and the eating and the dancing, and I'm like, well. Could be worse. Could be outside today, and of course, as we drove up, guess where it was?
It was outside.
It was
so
outside.
What were you like sweating bullets, and were you all dressed up in the monkey suit and everything?
No, I was smart. I wasn't part of the wedding, so I had shorts on, short sleeve shirt, all that kind of stuff. I was just the people that were dressed up. I was like, oh, dude, man, I wish I could do something for you. I really, really do. But we were there one time. Very cool thing. All of a sudden, because of EAA or something, I swear, some big. Military or Coast Guard helicopter went over right while they were doing the wedding, and I'm like, geez, what did that flyover cost you?
Actually, the EAA was this weekend, and we actually drove up to Green Bay and back the other day, and we saw some really cool things. There were some squadrons going over. We saw, I don't know if it was one of the military recreations, but we've been there before when they've done the Air Venture.
I'm from Oshkosh, so I love you. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's super cool. So yeah, that was going on this week, and we should have mentioned that last week because that's one of the really cool things to do in Wisconsin.
I don't think you have to mention it. I think anybody that lives in Wisconsin knows when it starts. Yeah.
What you mean, like the cool planes flying over? I was in Waukesha, and all of a sudden there's like this whole line of planes going over, and they're all alike. It's like 1,
Beautiful.
2, 3, all these single engine planes. So it was a squad, and they were landing at Waukesha. So it was pretty cool. Yeah.
And you got to see some movies this week. I didn't get to, but you probably got to go in a theater where it's nice and cool. What did you watch?
Oh, yeah. So Friday it was really hot, and I was over it. And so we went to see Star Trek, which I talked about last week. And all I have to say is those people who were complaining about the Beastie Boys sabotage, they work it into the movie, and it rocks. It is a cool part of the movie.
No. Yeah. That's fantastic. So don't worry, go see it, and that's all there is to it.
They kind of go back to the Gene Roddenberry feel of what they're doing in the movie. I'm not going to give any spoilers because we've already said we don't do spoilers on this unless we do a spoiler alert. But yeah, so it really had kind of that Gene Roddenberry, I don't know what you would say, canon feel to it, even though it's the Kelvin timeline, and the character design was awesome. Some of the monsters and the bad guys.
They'll keep rolling on the franchise. I'm happy with those movies. Just the big plane crashing in last ones, taking out a whole city. I didn't like Superman versus the last Superman when Kryptonite, and they were Zod was there and they destroyed a whole town. I just don't. You don't need to destroy a whole town. You don't. There's overkilling and sometimes.
Well, there's destruction. Don't get me wrong. There's destruction, but it's part of the plot line, and it is part of creating that universe, and they do a really good job with it. And of course, it just enhances the Enterprise's mojo at the end of the day. So it's pretty cool.
Well, and then all right, and then the other movie we're still talking about, which we were trying to hype and it's coming out soon here, is the Suicide Squad. I got to go to Comic-Con here in Milwaukee. We had our own here in Milwaukee.
What, you didn't fly out to San Diego?
Yeah, well, I could do a backdrop and pretend maybe, if I get some green screen here, I could look like I'm in San Diego.
But once we get our Patreon going, once we get our Patreon going, we get a few more subscribers, we can always head out to the San Diego Comic-Con. So let's put that on the bucket list.
Yeah, there's a goal. Yeah, there was someone podcasting at this one already, so they already got us there. Yeah, so Suicide Squad, I saw somebody dressed up, in Suicide Squad stuff. There was a good Deadpool there. There's a good Captain America. I had my carpet from the Lebowski carpet costume, and I put Genie on the back, and I was a flying carpet when I was there. So
well, the carpet really brings the room together.
It does. It does.
It really does.
And one guy came up to me, goes, "Hey, I know you're trying to hide it, but we can all see you're wearing a rug." And
So his dad jokes. He's a comedian.
Yeah, try the brisket. We'll be here all week. Remember to tip the waitresses.
Yes, for sure.
Right. What do you got on TV? What do you got on TV?
What do I got on TV? Oh, you know me. I love my sci-fi. Killjoys is back. We're a couple episodes in. I wasn't sure when they ended where it was all going to go. They're kind of bringing it together. It's really cool. I think this is the 3rd episode for season 2. When that started, the production value wasn't very high. It still isn't real high as far as the production value. The writing's been halfway decent. I'm not going to say it's stellar, but it's definitely worth your time if you like sci-fi stuff. And they've got a strong female lead. They've got a couple of male protagonists who are pretty decent. They got good bad guy. They got a good guy who's either a bad guy or a good guy. We don't know. There's a lot of political intrigue. There's religious intrigue. There's it's interstellar, so it's pretty cool. And now they're bringing kids into it, which is kind of neat. So I'm into Killjoys, really digging that. What about you? What are you watching on TV?
Well, I just got finished with Preacher, which is a Seth Rogen production. It was kind of weird. Another Marvel movie that just ended. 2nd season of Wayward Pines. We'll have to see if they come back for a 3rd one of that. It's kind of an interesting show on what they're trying to do with the utopianism. Yumi and the Apocalypse. Just as I started to get on that, I just heard that they canceled that one. So
really,
yes, my significant other was telling Chrissy was telling us all these things that got dropped. Now they just announced it, and I'm like, no. Well, okay, thanks, finally. And but yeah, that was one of them. Brain Dead, I'm watching. I have a funny feeling that might not go away. It's a political bug.
Oh, okay.
Show, which is fun because there's 2 shows and shows. It's the political part, and
so basically, if it's zombies, you're into it.
Hey, anything like that. Yeah, like I said, zombies. Yeah, we could do like I said, a whole show on zombies. We got Fear the Walking Dead's coming back up. We're gonna find out who got killed. Again, comic book. If anybody else is not a spoiler, it's Glenn. That's the comic book. That's not a spoiler. Everybody says that's what it is, but is it really? They shot death for everybody just so something couldn't leak out. They killed everybody and shot it. So yeah, Fear the Dead was still good. They did a good job with the prequel, which is kind of what it is. I love the other ones. The Nation's gonna be coming up in fall, and Zombies just got done. So yeah, I'm a zombie guy. I'm zombies.
Okay,
forever.
That's cool. So I know one of the things, we're talking about all these shows we're watching. One of the things we're going to follow is I'm going to create. I like to build computers. I've been doing it since the mid '90s. Complete nerd. Love the hardware. Love all the stuff that's technical. So I'm going to build a home theater PC. So we're going to talk about my adventures in building that. Yeah, it's a cord cutting PC. So there's a lot of technical stuff that goes with that. Things you have to think about, like fan noise and, what software you're going to use, what kind of, there's TV cards.
Cool. You got to liquid cool it, right?
You can liquid cool it, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. That I have a budget. So this is not sky's the limit. This is like real people budget.
Xenon, Corbomite packed inside.
Yeah, no unobtainium in this. It's definitely going to be, Newegg, shell shockers. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing that. So I'll be following that. So I want everybody to, tune in and take a look at that.
Hey, you mentioned something about going to one of those driving places. What was that about?
Oh my God. So I have been wanting to go to Veloce, which is, the old American.
How do you say it? Veloce?
Veloce. So you remember the old American store out in Waukesha?
Yes. I actually worked there for a time.
Oh, well, then you know exactly where you'd be going. So down in it's the warehouse area, so you have to kind of come in through the back, and they've got an
Yeah,
awning.
the jump zone or whatever is there too.
Yeah, that's over there too. But yeah, so you go in, and this is serious go-karting is basically what it is. You have to have a helmet, or they give you a helmet. So I have a helmet because I used to race motorcycles. So the whole family's going to go for my husband's birthday. My daughter went with her work a couple weeks ago, but I've been wanting to go since they opened. It costs you, I don't know, it's like $6 for the license, and then it's $39 for 3 races. And Rhiannon said the races last about 8 minutes. So yeah, it's not cheap. But,
no, but
miles per mile, man.
It's an event. It's an event, you know,
Yeah,
like a
yeah, it's an
concert or
experience.
stuff. It's something you do, Great America or whatever. It's something you're never going to do probably again, or if you do, it's you damn well know it's the best cool thing you ever had.
Right, yeah, and these are
when they
serious
incorporate
cards.
that with laser tag, I'm gonna do it then. You know, you could be, you know, driving and laser tagging at the same time. When that happens, I'm in.
Okay, all right. Well, you know, I'll let you know how this all goes. So we'll have a review of that on our next podcast. But one of the other things I wanted to talk about, you know, we're all about food. We love our food. We're going to talk about food a little bit later. But I'm vegan. I'm not that vegan. You know what I mean? I don't care what you eat. I care what I eat. So that's at the end of the day. But there's more and more vegan options coming available and vegetarian options. And one of the coolest restaurants in Milwaukee that opened up not too long ago is called Urban Beets, 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 get it? They are probably one of the best vegan restaurants. They have a very small menu. They serve juices, smoothies, sandwiches, and then they have like these spicy raw tacos. You can go there even if you're not vegan. The food is just damn delicious.
Hey, I like a good portobello sandwich, you know, anytime I can get one.
Right. And what I had this chickpea and walnut sandwich that was amazing. And a couple of weeks ago, I had the Reuben. So my husband had that. We've had the raw tacos. We've had their juices. Reasonably priced. It's a tiny little place, but when I talked to them last time I was in, it's really cool because they're going to actually open up for dinner. So they bought the space next to them, and they're going to expand and open up for dinner.
Oh,
yeah, so I'm really excited. I think everybody should be excited because these types of options really appeal to everybody, whether you're a health person or you don't, you just love delicious
food. Good food is good food.
Yeah, good food is good food. So yeah, it's amazing. So yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know that you know, try them. They're over down on Old World 3rd Street. I think it's actually called Martin Luther King Avenue down there. And if you just get off the freeway over there and turn left, and I should get the address for you. I'll put it in the show notes, but they are amazing.
Yeah, we'll put it on Facebook again. Facebook is up, people. Look for hypocritical.
Yes. Yes, and I haven't been on there. I apologize, I haven't been on there. I've had a super busy week, but I will be on there and be a little bit more active. But Dave Mulkey's been doing his whole thing. So he's been putting up a lot of memes and little links. So definitely check that out.
Hopefully anything we talk on the show we'll have in there. That's our goal, folks. And if you think we're missing anything, just let us know. Shoot us a message, always.
Exactly. So I know, you know, speaking of Facebook, you said you had some Facebook fail you were wanted to talk about.
Well, you know, I do like to pick on Facebook because I am a Facebook Nazi. I really Snopes is, you know, one of my favorite places to go to, you know.
Snopes is great.
Put people in their place, and unfortunately they continue to do that. You know, we talk about that, you know, to you know, look before you repost, and you know, and everything like that. And
right.
But now there's also a thing. Facebook used to be, hey, here's my kids, here's what we're doing. Now it's like, hey, here's a cute thing I found from someone else's site, so please like it. Okay, none more than religious things pop up. There are tons of the religious things, you know. Share this for God and Jesus and everything. And you know, and some of them are just normally sappy all the way around. Well, one of the ones that just really tugged at my heartstrings that we came up with, you know, and really, you know, pulled me and made me sit and reflect about how much I wanted to rail on it, was hey, if you're sitting there, you know, if there's 2 empty chairs and you sat in one and you could talk to anybody, who would you put in the other chair? You know, so now you put that out there on Facebook. Now, first of all, Who are you gonna pick? Who's like? Let me ask you then. Who would you pick? Where would you go down?
Who would I pick? I think. Okay, so it can be translated. So this can be a person from like the past.
Anywhere. I don't
Somebody
care.
who's
Let's
dead.
just open it up. I'm not gonna make it complicated. Anybody you could talk to. I'd even take a couple. Give me some ideas of who you'd probably say.
Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan, Christopher Columbus, General Custer,
Just
George
before.
Washington, Thomas Jefferson,
Okay, cool.
Joan of
Okay,
Arc.
good. All right, so yeah, you've got all those kind of. Now, if you're one of those people that always has one of those sappy little things, there's only one choice you can put as who you want in that other chair. What do you think that is?
The Flying Spaghetti Monster.
No, no, no.
Damn.
Jesus. You have to put Jesus as. I choose Jesus to put in the other chair. Well, okay. What do you do after that? What do you? Anything we put after that is all. Forget it. Now from that, all you can do is go like, oh, I was gonna put Jesus too. Oh, but you got it first.
You got it first.
I feel bad. The first things I'm thinking is like things like Da Vinci, Nikola Tesla, Nostradamus, hell, John Hinckley just got out. I'd love to sit down with that guy and see what he was thinking. How you doing now? I mean, Manson, if you can get me kind of near Manson, I'd talk to him for a little bit, or listen to him or whatever he does.
Should I bring back Jeffrey Dahmer for you?
Yeah, what?
Jeffrey Dahmer?
Dahmer, yeah, or David Miscavige from the Scientologist guy. I'd love to sit down and talk to him for a while, give him some truth serum and see what comes out of that mouth, all right? But it'll probably get me on the subversive list just even putting that in there. So I didn't say that, David. David, I didn't say that. I'm just kidding. Just a show, David. No need to spy on me. All right. So I mean,
David, David Miscavige, this is for you.
Yes,
I'm a subversive. Sorry.
All right. Good. Yeah, I don't know her that well. All right. So I'm thinking like, okay, what do you do when you get Jesus in the other seat there? I mean, I kind of feel like it's like, so you're son of God. Yeah. What's that like? Yeah. Or I'd be more like Chris Farley when he used to do that. You think, so there was that time when you were like crucifixed and then killed and then they put you in a cave and 3 days later you came out alive. That was pretty cool, huh? Yeah, that's cool.
Those were some of the best.
Yeah.
But we have to make it clear that it's more that this is like one of those things that it trivializes religion for people who really enjoy, going to church and being spiritual. But then it also creates ridicule for people who look at it and go, what the hell are you thinking? I mean, really, this is so trivial. Why would you put this out there?
Well, but again, it feels needy. It always feels needy when I see something like that. When you
it's definitely thirsty.
Yeah, I mean, you've already know what you're going to say, and you already got it set up. And who's going to, it's not like who's against minds. Who's for minds? No, we're all against minds. Okay, who's going to say you're not? I mean, so yes, that trivializes that.
That really does.
So yeah, that was past that. And again, the person who does that, again, I love the people that do that. I mean, they're great people. They believe in what they believe, and that's why it's called faith. And I'm not trying to tell you not to be that way, but it's tough for me to see it every day.
It is. And like I said, it trivializes people who. I'm getting some feedback from you there, Dave.
Uh-oh.
There. Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna move on from that because. We're done with that, but we are done with that. But yeah, so that I'm on Reddit.
Yes.
And I love my Reddit. So I have a little screen share for everybody because I thought this was so cool. So the headline was, "My friend Gleb gave up his career in finance to twist balloons. We all thought he was crazy, but then we saw his work." So I just want to show you guys this because it is really neat. So here we go. Let me know when you see it. There we are. Okay, so this guy clearly does not do normal balloon twisting. So,
no. The great thing about those costumes is they're light. That's the thing.
Right? But I'm sure he's probably a blast at parties. I mean, check this out. I mean, this whole thing with Sesame Street. But we'll put the Imgur link in the show notes, and you guys can check it out for yourself. But I mean, this is just some really amazing stuff. I mean, I mean, seriously, that probably took some time. It definitely takes talent and engineering, and hopefully everybody, thinks it's super cool.
And it is. It really is.
Yeah.
Just gotta. And now that people don't have cigarettes in bars anymore, it's not like you used to not be able to wear a costume like that because every time you walked around or turned, it'd be pop, 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 pop. Now there's no cigarettes out there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, cigarettes in bars. Wow.
Yeah, when did that? They were on flights at one time. You could smoke on an airplane, right?
Oh, can you believe that we used to be able to do that? Of course, I was never a smoker, so I didn't care about that. But there were people who were like, yeah. I remember my mom walking around the grocery store and smoking in the grocery store.
I saw a doctor at a hospital in front of a no smoking sign with his pipe at one point.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. So yeah, so I know. Speaking of grocery stores, you had some things to talk about with grocery stores.
Oh yeah, I guess and then we talk about this again, food, and we're all about food, and I still shop. I'm a good shopper, I think.
I love Woodman's.
But it's just amazing, what's happened with a Meager coming to town. Meager coming to town, and it's like we're losing our pick and saves. The jewels are gone. Woodman's is coming in, which that place scares the hell out of me. I swear, I need a GPS just to get from one aisle to another in there.
I love me some
back
Woodman's.
to the front.
Love me some Woodman's.
It's too big. So, we're talking about the small butcher shops, and even down in Tosa, they had Bunzel's, and they recently just opened up a bigger place, for catering and all that. And now you walk in there, and it used to be a place to go. Now it's like a place to go. You got to go there now. But it's just the character is gone, and the characters are gone as well. The guy that used to cut up the samples, and I used to just sit there. Oh, I'm new over here. Yeah. Okay. Well, what's that you got over there? That a jerky over there? Okay, I'll try that. It loses its character, and then the update, it loses the personality. I mean, there's Carl's in the Falls, that's still there. Sendik's bought out garages, so they're not even on. And Sendik's I don't even consider a small local thing. It's just boutique. And do we really need it? I mean, $14.99 on sale porterhouse. No, pick and save. I can get it for $9.99. I just bought a 3-pound roast loin for pork chops and stuff. It was $1.29 a pound. Of course, I had to buy 80 pounds. No, it was only 3 pounds. But that's what I mean. I mean, do we really need those small places anymore? And what about you? And when you get to these big places, is there produce up to snuff, or do you got to go to those smaller Sendik's?
Well, I shop local. So I shop Sendik's, I shop Woodman's, and I shop Outpost. So being vegan, I'm looking for vegan choices that are reasonable, and that includes produce, tofu, Vegenaise and things like that, field roast, and some of the fakey meats and fakey cheeses. But the best place to shop local for anybody is the farmer's market. And the one thing that people don't realize is West Dallas Farmers Market is one of the longest running farmers markets in Wisconsin. And there are farmers markets all over the place, but Milwaukee County also does a farmers market in the winter at the domes. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with the domes going on, but there will be a winter farmers market through the county park system again. I like Woodman's. Woodman's was started by Phil Woodman and his brother, and I don't remember what his brother's name is. They're out of Madison, so they're local Wisconsin. They try to get the best deals. And it's my understanding that Phil Woodman doesn't do, the markup, the same kind of margins that other grocery stores need. He just wants to make money. So, if he can make 3 cents on a can,
a little on every deal, but makes it up in volume.
That is exactly what he does, and that's why I like shopping Woodman's, because you can go in, and so I get my tofu, and if I go into Pick and Save or Sendik's, I get these little boxes of Mori New tofu, and for people who don't like tofu, this is a side thing. You haven't had it. Basically, it is neutral, so you have to flavor it.
I was a believer. She made some fake egg salad for me, and it was fake salad. Yes, it was
basically egg salad. Yeah. So, but it's a neutral palate. So I get my tofu there. It's $1.09 because it has the Asian packaging. It doesn't have the English packaging. But if I go anywhere else with the English packaging, it's $3. Like seriously, I'm saving like 60%. So of course I'm going to go to Woodman's and buy it. They have some great produce there, you know, especially things like cucumbers or carrots or celery. But you know, I'll shop Sendix. So whoever has the best produce is what I buy. And I don't always buy organic because there's a dirty dozen, and then there's stuff that it doesn't matter. And then there's things like I said, like the fake cheeses. You know, those get expensive, so you want to go where it's cheap. And as a vegan, I want to tell you that every single fake cheese except for one is awful. They're all awful. They don't melt. They taste horrible.
What's the one? What's the one then? What is the one?
Field Roast recently came out. Field Roast is a brand of vegan sausages and meats and meat type things, but they're all made from plants. And they make a cheese called Chow cheese, and it's made from nuts and tofu and some other things. It actually tastes like dairy cheese. It's the only one that tastes like dairy cheese.
Wow, that's great. All right, well, that's a plug. Hopefully we'll get some free of that. If somebody isn't there listening, knows somebody there, we'll get the free plug and we'll get some free cheese. Hey, we got to wrap it up. We got to wrap it up. I was watching this time. We got to wrap it up.
Oh,
all
yeah,
right.
All
right. Yeah. So let's just we're gonna say a little bit of goodbyes here. We're gonna just got some stuff coming up. We'll go to that. Right? You got anything else?
Oh, we're not ranting this week, huh?
No. We'll wait till next time. We'll wait till we're at 30 minutes. We're at 30 minutes. We don't have time for a rant.
2-minute rant.
No, on what?
2-minute rant. What? Okay, my rant.
You go ahead. Oh, you want your grocery store? Go ahead.
We are in grocery stores, and you know my grocery store rant, so I'm going to tell it. Okay, yes. So my feeling is that people walk through the grocery store exactly like they drive. So they come to a T intersection and they just go through. Because they don't see a stop sign, so they just go through. So they run into people or whatever. And so they're going up and down the aisles. So they just drive wherever they want in the aisles. They go to one side, they go to the other side. They don't make room. They sit in the middle. Well, these are the same people that on the road don't stop at every single stop sign. So, you know, they don't stop at the stop sign once. They don't stop at the stop sign twice. They keep rolling through it. And, you know, they're on their way to work and they roll through that same stop sign every day until they get into an accident because they've become an absolute habit to ride through that stop sign.
Right.
And, you know, the other thing is so they're not like driving on any particular side of the road. So you'll see them, they'll be driving, they'll be down the middle of the road looking at their phone, texting. And then they go and they get in the left-hand lane, they put on their turn signal. And it's like, you're in the middle of the road and you're turning right, move to the right to turn right. You know, so my feeling is you can actually tell what type of driver somebody is by the way they conduct themselves in the grocery store with the cart. Because if they're not courteous with the cart, why are they going to be courteous on the road? So
I don't disagree with that at all. I mean, if you see if they're not handling their cart right, they're not handling the car right. I remember telling my daughters when we were driving once, a guy pulled in one of those things, you know, couldn't wait, went around everybody, spitting up, you know, gravel. He's halfway off to get to the right. And I looked at my daughter and I says, you know why you don't see that a lot? And she's like, what do you mean? I said, well, you don't see a lot of people do stuff like that. And, you know, he was like, because they're dead. That guy is dead. That's why you don't see anybody do that kind of stuff. That guy just hasn't died yet. And he hasn't taken somebody out with him yet. And that's the problem we all have to worry about. But those people, you don't see them a lot because they don't survive long.
No, they don't. And they piss everybody off around them.
The herd.
Yeah, right. They in the herd, Darwin, for sure. So so I guess what are we all looking for this week? So you're going to hear from me about Veloce. I know that. When does Suicide Squad drop?
I think it's this week. Is
it Friday or is it?
By the time this comes out or next week? Yeah, I know we just I think it's this week or next week. Yeah.
What are you doing this weekend? What do we got coming for Dave?
You know, I don't know. I might be moving. Might have kids. I don't know. You know, when you got kids, I don't. My parents like, are you coming up over the weekend? And I'll go something like, until I'm in the car, I won't tell you.
Oh my God. Well,
but there is lots of stuff still going on around. I mean, we got the Milwaukee Comedy Festival. You were talking about that. That's going to be August 4th through the 7th. I am looking forward to Fish Fry. I do want to see in August 12th, Deadpool again. Do want to see The Force Awakens a second time on September 12th. I know it's far ahead, and I will put up something on our Facebook page. I hope we get some more people about the best couple in the new Star Wars. So hopefully we'll have a discussion on that after we watch it a second time. I watch it and we'll look at some of that.
Good idea. Yeah, for sure.
And again, just other things. Hey, for anybody who says there's nothing to do, I'm bored, I'm broke. You know, I say shut up, because go see some music. Monday, there's music at Lake Park. There's a Chill in the Hill on Tuesdays at Humboldt Park. Toast at Night is Wednesdays sometimes. Live at the Lakefront's Wednesday evening at the Rotary Amphitheater. River Rhythms are Wednesday at the Pierre Marquette Park, June through August. Jazz in the Park is still going on Thursday evenings, June through September. So please do not cry to me about nothing to do and you don't have any money. These things don't cost anything. Grab something to sit on. Watch some music. Please get out.
That sounds awesome. So, yeah, so you guys will be hearing about all that next week, whatever we've done. Of course, keep up with us. The other thing you want to do is plug our Facebook page, Hypocritical. Please go on there. Please like us because, you know, you have to like us. We're so cool. You know, and then Dave's been taking care of that. So, you know, say hi to Dave and maybe I'll pop in and say hi to you. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can keep watching these awesome videos when they come out. We'd also like to say hi again to Dave's mom because she's the only listener. But we actually have a second listener because my neighbor Pat watched last week. So hi Pat, we're saying hi to you. And anybody
And then
else?
we had the one comment from our listener, and I forget her name now. Again, we should have that up because our loyal listener, we weren't giving her.
You should have.
Made the comment.
One loyal listener. And
Yes.
also, I want to point out that you have to watch the monkey in all our future episodes because Monkey will be changing. He's fun.
Monkey. All right. So should I take us out? Should I take us out?
Yeah, take us out.
Right. Is this it? Is it on? Is it, Mom? Is it on, Mom?
It's still on, but I'm going to stop it in a moment.
All right. Peace
Bye,
out, everybody.
Dave.
Thank you
Bye,
very much for
everybody.
watching again.
Bye.